Hi, I'm David. Welcome to my channel, My Yard Sale. Hey, today I want to talk about fasting, keto, and carnivore, and some of the things that you're not going to see it on social media, and people aren't going to tell you about it. There are things that people need to know, and you should know if you're going to be switching to fasting, ketovore, or carnivore. First of all, I want to say I am a big fan of fasting, keto, and carnivore. Fasting helps your body rebuild structure in your body. It helps you rebuild nerves. It helps you rebuild things in your body. So I am a big fan of fasting. I'm not a big fan of more than 24 hours. Like I need to eat. I want to eat. But I am a big fan of fasting. Keto will absolutely help people reduce A1C, reduce sugars, eat smarter, eat better, eat more like what our bodies are built for, or what our bodies are built to eat. Carnivore will absolutely help people lose weight. You take all of the plants and all of the fiber and all of the stuff that your body doesn't necessarily need, and your body gets the protein that it needs in the form of the carnivore diet, and you're going to lose weight. So fasting to help your body rebuild, reset, make your body fresh and new, make the systems work better. Keto helps people lower A1C, helps it just helps your body better manage sugars, better manage its systems. And then carnivore will help people lose weight. When you don't have any of the extra fat or the baggage that comes along with all the stuff that you eat, your body can just focus on getting the protein that it needs, and and um, and people will lose weight. People do lose weight. I lose weight. If I switch from a keto diet, or if I go from fasting to a keto diet, I don't necessarily gain a lot of weight just because I was insulin resistant. But the weight that I do gain, as soon as I decide I want to do carnivore again, I lose 3 to 5 pounds almost immediately within 5 to 7 days. So that's a little bit about fasting, keto, and carnivore. So today I want to talk a little bit also about my week and my wins and losses with my metabolic dysfunction reversal. I had some I don't know, some pretty good wins this week, and I've had some pretty difficult down things this week. Like last week I felt pretty confident and that I was doing well and things were doing good, and I added some sugar and carbs back into my diet. And and then this week it was kind of like it was kind of a I don't know, it was like a slap in the face of why that was not such a great idea. So maybe this week my issues were mostly because of a final inflammation of the carbs and sugars that I decided to eat last week. And the carbs and sugars that I did eat, it wasn't like I just gave myself free for all, but I definitely ate more carbs and sugars than I usually eat. And the dysfunction in my body just got to a point where it was pretty difficult. So I'm not totally sure if it was because of because of just some new level of metabolic dysfunction or the sugar and carbs I ate last week. I'm feeling pretty strongly it's the sugar. But, of course, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare specialist. Like the muscles in my arms and legs, even though I feel like I'm gaining some muscle and I feel like I'm gaining some strength, like the coordination in the muscles doesn't seem to it doesn't work right, which is very difficult. It makes my arms and my legs feel very stiff, and like it makes my hands feel like at some point I'm hopefully going to be able to crack the bones and the joints, like by doing, like stretches or whatever, and that my hands will finally start working right again, because my hands do not work right. It makes things extremely difficult. Like typing can be very difficult between my eyesight, depending on how my eyesight is that day, and my fingers. Like I used to be able to type like so many words, a minute or whatever, and that doesn't work for me anymore. I have to literally type everything out one finger at a time. And even then, I spend 5% of my time rewinding back and retyping stuff that I mistyped to begin with. It's very, very, it kind of sucks. I hate it. I'm pretty happy that I'm able to walk around my house and get around my house a little bit better. Like I have the strength to stand up and walk away from where I'm sitting, which there has been days when that's been difficult. Um, so I do feel like I'm getting some strength back to be able to walk around. I still have to like literally handhold things everywhere I walk and make sure that I have like a handle on something. And if I lose my footing, I'm not going to fall on the ground or fall down and knock my teeth out or something. So I have to literally like hold on everywhere I walk and make sure that I've got a handhold. That can be frustrating, but I guess I'm happy that I have the strength to get up and walk away from where I'm sitting and not, have a problem with not being able to get up and walk away. Like this week, I had to replace a water filter in my refrigerator, which I've done it hundreds of times before over the last 20 years. You have to open up the fridge, you pop down this little door thing, and then there's the filter up inside there. And you literally have to reach up in there and turn the filter and pull it out. And for some reason, my hands just wouldn't like grasp that filter, and I couldn't, and my hand just wouldn't turn right to get the stupid thing out. So I worked on it for quite some time actually, and then finally I did get the filter out, and then I couldn't get the new filter in, and I ended up spending another hour working on that. And it wasn't because I didn't have the strength to hold the filter in there. It was because my hands like just wouldn't rotate in the right way to be able to get the filter out. It was very frustrating, and that was way more work than it needed to be. Even though I've replaced these filters hundreds of times before, it just was so difficult. So I'm not eating anymore like processed sugar, cane sugar. I am eating some sugar, but not regular sugar. I mean, at one point I was adding like regular sugar to my shakes. And I will say that I loved it. It was delicious. I liked it. I ran out of allulose and I ended up using sugar. It was easier to get, and I needed a sweetener. I wanted a sweetener. So I'm not eating any more sugar. I got to stay away from it. I think that I've been talking all these months about saturated fats, and I was low on magnesium, and I'm low on this. And even when I was talking about berberine last week, I'm not totally sure that any of that has anything to do with anything I'm dealing with. I'm almost thinking that it's just purely sugar for me. I need to stay away from the sugar. So I am definitely trying to stay completely away from the sugar. And I'm working on getting the rest of any added sugars out of my diet. And hopefully I'll start seeing some pretty big changes. When I was eating, the burger patties for, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 days, I probably felt better that week than I felt in quite some time. And every time I keep thinking, oh, well, let me just try a little bit of this sugar again. It just slowly gets worse, gets worse, gets worse, gets worse, until finally it's just so much worse, it's impossible to get the groceries off of my porch. So I'm trying to make a conscious effort to just get the added sugar, the pure sugar out of my diet. And I will eat sugar with fiber and protein as part of my diet. I just have to get away from eating pure sugar. I was eating those pea protein shakes with sugar for, I don't know, probably a week before my allulose showed back up. And that week definitely was extremely difficult. And I feel like I'm at the tail end of that week. So trying to get that sugar out of my body has been what I've been focused on. So this week I had food delivered again, and just getting it off my porch was so much easier than it was even a couple weeks ago. Like I just have this I have this confidence in my strength. I just don't have the confidence in my footing and my balance. So I'm hoping I can get that back pretty quickly. Maybe I'll get back to walking around a little bit more confidently. I have this Apple Watch that I'm pretty happy with. I found an app that um, tracks my steps instead of my distance. Like Apple, they have all this stuff geared towards steps, and then the watch has only reporting on distance. So I found an app called Duffy, which is a good app for trying to keep track of steps instead of distance. Like if I walk half a mile, I'm happy about that. If I walk a quarter of a mile, if I walk a mile, I'm pretty happy about that. Like I know that a mile is 1,000 steps, but I'd like to know exactly how many steps that I'm making in a day and in an hour, and that way I can hold myself accountable to it. But now I'm making about, since I got this, I didn't buy it. It was a free app. Since I got this new app, now I'm managing between 1,000 and 1,400 steps a day. I'm pretty happy about that. I had to start doing push-ups again, trying to get this, what I think is glycation in my elbows, to break up and just give myself like functionality back to my hands and my arms. And I'm hoping that these push-ups are gonna, like, I don't know if it is glycation that I'm experiencing. I'm hoping that this will help break it up and get it out of my system. Like what I'm experiencing now with this neuropathy in my hands and my arms, and in some cases my feet, it's not the numbness of the skin. It's more the like the muscle and the tendons and the dexterity and flexibility of those muscles. Like that's the neuropathy that I'm feeling, and I'm not exactly sure if that's, I don't know exactly what it is. I'm not a healthcare specialist. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. So back to the sugar thing. I think I can eat sugar, but I have to keep it extremely low. Like if I'm eating a cookie or a cake or something sweet, like I feel like I can do that. My body can handle that. It's when I decide to have one every day, not even a whole bunch, but if I want to have one every day or a couple every day for a week, that's when it seems to just build up in my system and cause me problems. So I did read, and I had mentioned this before, that when you eat sugar, the sugar attaches to proteins in your body, and that can stick to your joints and your muscles and your joints. And that's the glycation I think that I'm actually experiencing. So I'm back to allulose, and I'm just eating allulose. I have a new shake that I'm actually quite enjoying. I obviously put some allulose in it. I just said that. I use pea protein, and then I use some milk powder, and I use a little bit of cocoa powder and some peanut powder. And I mix that all up. I shake it up, and I'm not even kidding. That tastes like dessert to me. Like I don't need to eat any cookies or I don't need anything sweet once I have that. It tastes delicious. It's like not bad for me, and I'm really enjoying that. That's something I'm very much enjoying. So is it me or is like social media like it feels to me like social media is bought and paid for and it's all politically driven. Like you don't hear any of the nice stories or the happy things that are going on in life. And there are happy things and nice things going on in life. All you hear about is how much this group hates this person or that group hates that person. Like it sucks. I'm almost to the point where I think I'm just gonna delete social media. I don't even want to be on social media anymore. When I go onto Facebook, I have like all these friends from 50 years of just friends, and now the my Facebook feed, like I don't even know who any of the people are that are supposedly my friends, and the companies that are being suggested to me, I have no idea who these companies are. I don't even know. Sometimes I go into Facebook and I don't know who anybody is. I don't know who what anything is. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old and crotchety and I'm just being a pain in the ass, but I'm almost to the point where I'm like almost considering just deleting Facebook and Instagram and getting off these social media sites at all. It almost seems like it's not even fun anymore. Hey, if you have any questions on anything that I just talked about, including all the health stuff, the food stuff, anything to do with the diets, if you leave any questions below, I do answer all questions. I'll respond to something. If you have any other comments, please leave me the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say and what you think. If you have any questions for me, please leave it below. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I hope you have a great upcoming week. Hopefully you get some of the weather that we're getting here, even though for me here, I still feel like it's chilly. Like it's not warm. It's like it's sunny. It looks warm, but it's not warm. If I'm sitting here, I'm not sitting here in shorts. I'm sitting here in sweatpants and I could be wearing socks even. Um, but I hope wherever you're at, you're getting nice weather and having nice days. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great week. Thank you. Bye bye.